Welcome to 0 to 60. Matt McChesney. I am the owner and operator of 60 Football Academy and 60 Equipment. Played at the University of Colorado from 2004. 6 years in the National Football League on both sides of the football.
That was his dream to play for Colorado.
And McChesney grew up in Colorado, always wanted to be a Buffalo, has had a great career.
I'm Matt McChesney. This is 0 to 60. That is Coach Prime. We're at the University of Colorado. Brother, thank you so much. What's happening? 0 to 60 rolls. It is Monday. I'm your host, Matt McChesney. Bailey's on the ones and the twos. We have a lot to talk about today. We're only on today and tomorrow, and then we're off for the rest of the new year. So let's try and get through this without everybody trying to kill each other today. Or fuck it. Let's just get it on. One of the two. Either be cool or let's fucking go. But there's no middle ground today.
Matt, happy Monday. We're here before the new year. Did you have a good Christmas? How was your holidays?
Solid. It was solid.
Good. Hell
yeah, man. Good Christmas, good football, family was awesome. Everything was good. It was good. Things are good.
Good. Well, we got a hell of a show planned today. 0 to 60, the premier show for Colorado Buffaloes football coverage, brought to you by the Believe Network and FanDuel. Boy, do we have a hell of a show. We got to talk about Colorado hiring a new athletic director from New Mexico. We're going to talk about your Jets, Matt. Can't wait to talk about them. Trey McBride broke a huge record, so we got with a backup quarterback. We got to talk about that.
Where's he from?
I got a beat to pick with the prime sexuals. We're going to talk about Matt's Denver Broncos as they head into the playoffs here, and so much more. So if you're watching, pound that like button. Matt, let's start off. Right at the beginning here, the thumbnail, new leadership incoming for Colorado as they make a hire at the athletic director level, hiring Fernando Lovo from New Mexico. Matt, what are your thoughts on this? What does this mean for the future of Colorado athletics and for the future of Colorado football?
Lovo the Lobo coming into town. And look, I'm relatively close with Coach Eck, as close as a coach can be, I guess, but good dude. Raves about this guy. I sent you a video of him pumping up the team. I don't know if you got that or not. We're going to show that in a minute. I get that one. How you act in situations like that says a lot. I see natural leadership ability in this guy, and I hope that the University of Colorado doesn't change who he is. A long time ago, Coach Barnett and Coach Wilson told me when I was elected as a captain, you just got elected as captain because of who you are. Don't try and go change who you are. Double down on that shit. That's what I would say to this cat. Don't come into Boulder and let Boulder-ize you. It's almost a bastardization. It happens all the time. Don't let it happen to you. Bring in that attitude that you had in Albuquerque that you're going to change it, and now you have a lot of resources to do so, regardless of all the broke motherfuckers in Boulder who say we don't have any money. Y'all are ridiculous. I'm really pumped about the hire. I think that he's good and at his job, and he's a good fundraiser, and obviously he made a good hire in Coach Eck, and they've turned New Mexico football around in one fucking year. They damn near won 10 games. That was a hell of a game against Minnesota.
Short season. Yeah.
Yeah, I think this is a good hire. We'll see what he does, but the first and foremost, it's done. He's locked down. Now go do your job. Let's go, bro. Go do your fucking job. You've got to go, fundraise and make sure that the ability to take care of your student athletes or your professional athletes, I should say, is at the first and foremost. The athletic facilities there are fantastic, but I'm sure they're going to try and build more. New guy wants to come in and put his fingerprint on something. So be very interested to see the relationship that he has with Coach Prime. Coach Prime is going from a situation where there are no rules, regulations, or really checks and balances. It's like a blank check to do whatever you want. You can take the company plane to see your kid play in Cleveland if you want to. But now this guy didn't hire Coach Prime. And I know that Coach Prime is Coach Prime, but at the same time, it all is business and they're in business together. And this guy's, I guarantee you, he's going to have some kind of oversight on where the money goes and how they spend it and recruiting and things of that nature. I mean,
for sure.
We'll just put it like this. I think this is a good hire. I think the mix of him and Coach Prime, especially with the football department, could be really good. I think especially with Coach Boyle and the basketball team, that's a good basketball team, although they just lost to UNC. I think that could be a really good relationship. The other sports programs, we'll see. I can't really talk to those. I know we got a good skiing team, that's for sure. Look, when it comes down to it, the number one money maker is football. We'll see what happens with with that moving forward. So I'm eager to see what the future brings with not only the new AD, but how he mixes with Coach Prime and things of that nature. So we'll see.
That was my biggest question off of this is, Coach Prime, Rick George seemed to give Coach Prime full autonomy, and they seem to be have a good relationship, be pretty close. It's interesting to see how Louisville will fit in with that and how his relationship will be with Coach Prime in the future of that, Matt. But nonetheless, new leadership is incoming. Colorado's officially hired their next athletic director. Rick George will be there through the month of July. Then Louisville will take over. He previously was at Texas for about 6 years, and I'm excited to see how he fits in and how he impacts Colorado athletics going forward. Matt, let's move forward, though. Let's talk. Let's go to the NFL here. Let's talk about your New York Jets. So your New York Jets took on the Patriots, and boy, was that a rough game. I don't know. Is it time to fire Aaron Glenn?
Yes.
Wow. So you shifted your tone here a little bit. So now, what makes you say that?
Team quit, bro.
Yeah, I can't argue with that.
And there's no you can play, you can bring as many guys up as you want. If you're putting veterans on IR and your season's over and you're bringing up young guys off the practice squad that haven't played yet, and they aren't playing hard and they're not finishing and they don't look like they want to be there, you've got a fucking rotten culture, period. Because that is I don't give a fuck what my record is. I finally get to play and I'm in an NFL game. You're going to go ball. You're going to go play your ass off, bro. Yeah. It's your opportunity. So they look like they quit. The coaching staff looked like they quit. I understand the Patriots are good, but they're not that fucking good. And, I love my Jets, but I just want to say this to all you haters out there and everybody that doubts us. One day the Jets are going to be good, and I'm going to talk so much fucking shit.
Oh, I know. It's coming.
Can't wait. Look, you can't tell me that it can't happen either. The Bears just had the one pick, and now they won the fucking North.
Definitely
this can turn around quick if they can just figure out how to get out of their own way, which is going to be a pretty big hill to cross. So everybody that hates on them constantly, eventually you're going to be fucking rooting for them, because I am, and they're going to be good, and everyone's going to jump on the bandwagon. I don't know when that's going to be. Maybe never, But I gotta wish that maybe it'll turn around one day. But boy, they suck. They're terrible.
I gotta ask you a question as a
God,
former
they're
Jet,
fucking terrible.
and I thought of, like I was watching this, and I thought of you, and I then, what's up with Braves calling a timeout of 35-3, and then him on the sidelines like fuck him, like I'm like whoo, like he's really instilling that rivalry. It's still going, and
Yeah, it's because he's a real football dude and a real football player and a real football coach.
mm-hmm.
And you know what? I respect the fuck out of this, and I played for the Jets. This is the kind of shit. Do you know why I hate the Patriots so much? Because they do things correctly, and I played for the fucking Jets. Period. They might be cheating fucks, but you know what? At least they're cheating to win. So I don't have a problem with this. He knows that this is a rivalry. It may not feel like much of a rivalry because the Jets can't win a game, but he knows. He knows the way Belichick taught him to fucking hate the Jets. We don't lose to these people, and they didn't for like forever. I remember, look, when I was my second year, we went to New England and beat them in New England. I can't remember. It was like a 13-9 game or something. It was in 2006, 2007. Look it up. But it was the last time they ever had grass at Gillette. Like they had grass there forever, and then we beat him there, and he was so fucking mad that we beat him that he replaced the grass with turf and blamed it on the turf. And then we went back that year in the playoffs and played them again in New England on the turf, and they beat the fucking Christ out of us like we were a redheaded stepchild, bro. I mean, it was just a fucking absolute disaster of an ass kicking. It was 2006, I want to say.
2006. Well, I see. Was the playoff game 37-16?
So that was 2007?
No, so the playoff game was, so 06.
2006 season. So what was the score of the Jet game in New England?
Let me find it here because I just pulled it back in. So hold on.
I mean, Mangini like almost was like giggling ear to ear after he beat Belichick at home. Bill was so mad. It was raining sideways and shitty weather, and we pulled out a win out of our ass, and they really took it out on us in the playoffs bad.
I'm trying to find the regular season game. I don't know why I'm having such an issue with it.
I want a fucking game ball for that game.
Man, fuck. Hold on. Let me do this.
Figure I could remember the goddamn date. But regardless, look, it's a rivalry. You can tell just because of the way the teams hate each other. And look, good for you, New England. You're good again. You got a good coach. You have a good quarterback. Congratulations, motherfucker. We're not talking about the Jets anymore. We only have one more week, and then I don't have to talk about these motherfuckers until the number one pick.
Was it 17-14 Jets?
Yep.
No.
That's the one. Maybe. I don't know. I can't remember. It's on the game ball to Jim. But I'll say this. Who's the number one pick?
Raider right now, or like who will be drafted? I guess right now, if you had to project it, I guess Mendoza. Because especially they probably are going to go quarterback.
I hope the Raiders pick Mendoza first.
They should go tackle, but there's not like who would you put
that
up?
That would be fucking typical.
Yeah.
No offense, but the first time Mendoza fails in the NFL and he gets up there and he's like, "Oh, it's okay, guys. We sure did frickin' try hard." Everyone's going to be like, "Get this fucking pussy off the stage." He better toughen the fuck up quick.
Yeah.
I'm not saying he's not tough. I'm saying he's the kind of guy that you curse around and he gets offended. Okay? Like that. I'm sorry, but you're going to have to miss me in a room full of grown men if you're the kind of guy that walks in and you're like, "Could you watch your mouth?" And I'm going to be like, "Who the fuck are you?" Very similar to how we treated Tim Tebow. When he walked in and he was like, "Hey guys, why do you have to, could we get curse words without, or songs without curse words?" And we were like, "No, you can't get songs without curse words, Tim. This isn't your fucking church, homie. By the way, we're going to dye your fucking feet blue and we're going to cut your fucking hair looking like a Quaker from the 7th century. So shut the fuck up. Like it's, I just don't. What is he going to walk in and tell Max Crosby there's no cursing allowed anymore, Max?
Well, Max Crosby, they shut him down for the season due to a knee injury. He's busy shooting basketball, proving that he's not hurt. Matt, I got to ask you about Shedeur, though, and the Browns. The Browns took out the Steelers. Defensive performance by the Browns, shutting down Aaron Rodgers in Pittsburgh. No DK Metcalf. Interesting final play there, him throwing a fade ball, MVS. You target MVS a lot, but what are your takeaways from this game? I don't know, Shedeur, not the best performance from Shedeur, but he led the team to win nonetheless. Matt, your takeaways?
Oh, I thought he was terrible. Everyone on Cleveland's offense was terrible. The conditions were terrible, but, Aaron Rodgers was terrible. The fucking Steelers were terrible. Just atrocious, especially with a chance to win the division. Look,
why
good
is
win for
every year
Cleveland.
they do this? Every year they put somebody shitty late in the year where they can fucking take the next step, right?
Well, look, I think Tomlin's time probably is up. I think Baltimore's going to shit stomp Pittsburgh on Sunday Night Football. So I think Baltimore's like that one team in the AFC. They're going to get in. They're going to host a playoff game, and not one fucking team wants to host that squad in the division round. If they get out of the fucking wild card round, and they're going to be the 4th seed, so they'll get the 5. So the 5 is going to be either Jacksonville or Buffalo. Yeah, sure, they could go win that game. I'd like to see a Buffalo-Baltimore rematch in the playoffs. That'd be pretty fun. We'll see.
I don't know if I could take Buffalo. Buffalo's defense is horrific.
Yeah, they're really bad.
Baltimore's also a question.
Although they played really good yesterday. I got to give them that.
Yeah, that's fair.
Look, I don't know if Shedeur played good or bad. I know he made awful decisions. He threw a couple of terrible picks where his dad was even beating his cowboy hat against the ball.
Yes.
And I'm just going to say this because this is a Buff show and I'm a homer, but you think maybe you could wear like a Buff hoodie or like a CU hat or something on national fucking TV? Do you think maybe, just saying, it is the brand that you support and work for. So, but that's neither here nor there. I don't want to push too hard on that. Why is the prime sexuals will come after me the way they came after you?
Oh yeah. See, I'm gonna address this bullshit. Fuck this. You should wear sexuals coming at me saying yes, man, and shit. Oh my god, Matt, these are the people.
I laugh pretty hard. I'm not.
I laughed at it too because I'm sitting here. I don't even go on fucking Twitter after I've been working and I'm moving and shit. And these motherfuckers, what the fuck? Let me laugh at this shit for a second here. He's the ultimate yes man. He's scared of the drug addict Matt. Drug addict Matt. What do you have to say to that first? And I'll let you all go after. Because I'm just like, you guys,
that's a wild accusation. I will say this. I live in a weed legal state. Judge away. I'm sorry that you drink Bud Heavies and fuck your sister.
And suck off Shedeur. Are you shitting me? I'm not taking this heat. You get the fuck out of here.
Yeah. Isn't it an anonymous account too? Sure is.
No, it's one of the pansexual, all the pansexual bitches. Get the fuck out of here. I'm not messing with this shit.
It's
Good luck.
Neely's burner account.
Yeah. That's a good one.
This could be it.
Shit.
It's pretty funny.
Makes sense, man. Let's move forward. Let's talk about Trey McBride.
Hey, just because you're big and just because you're loud doesn't mean you're right. Well, just because you're a fucking propagandist and somebody gave you a job running the fucking podcast, it don't mean you know shit about anything.
You can't look at this cat said to you.
I can't smoke weed and be MAGA. Are you sure? Why can't I? I'm right in the middle.
Interesting part.
I'm right in the middle. I'm in the gray area where I'm more independent. I'd rather vote for Trump's crazy ass than the left. because I think the left is absolutely fucking nuts. Although I am going to move to Minnesota later and open up a daycare. I'm going to get rich.
You're going to get a lot of money, free
You're
money.
going to fucking get rich, dog. Let's go.
You don't have to, you ain't going to do nothing.
Don't tell me what to do, motherfucker. I'm an American. I'll smoke dope holding the fucking American flag and covered in green jello running down Colfax if I feel like it. Shut the fuck up.
Trey McBride, Matt, breaks the single season tight end record for receptions, 117, with Jacoby Brissett, a quarterback who wasn't even the starter going into the season. So what do you got to say to this? By the way, state of Colorado product.
I think he's really good, and he went to Fort Morgan High School, and he's another Colorado kid doing big fucking things. I watched Christian McCaffrey do big shit again last night. Went from 200 all-purpose yards and about to go 1,000 again if he didn't last night alone. Yeah, man, I'm proud of Trey. He's a hell of a player, even though he is a CSU Ram. That's not his fault. It's CU's fault for not recruiting him and his brother. But look, I think that this kid is an absolute stud, and I don't know why Arizona would ever let him leave. But if he does, he sure would look good in blue and orange.
Yeah, and for your Broncos and Bo Nix, man, that would, yeah, he would, and he would get a lot of touches from Bo Nix for sure. What do you expect at the Cardinals? What are they going to do at the quarterback position next year? They've kind of
get rid of Kyler Murray and draft somebody.
Where's Kyler Murray?
Kyler Murray he'll end up in Vegas or something. Somebody will retread him.
Oh, the Raiders don't do that. Raiders need to draft Fernando Mendoza. We need to see what you described earlier.
Bro, Fernando Mendoza is not the first pick in the draft, bro. There's no way. Come on. This is another quarterback class like Kenny Pickett's year.
Yeah, well, who is the first pick in your eyes right now?
The fucking Ruben Bain, probably.
Yeah, that's a good answer. Ruben Bain.
That motherfucker is a goddamn fucking home wrecker, bro.
Yeah,
he just walks in and drops his nuts and goes, fuck you. And everyone's like, ah.
Yeah, there's no doubt about that.
Put Bain on the other side of Crosby, and you might actually fucking play some defense.
Raiders, yeah, I like that. Let's go. Coaching hires. Kyle Whittingham hired by Michigan. This is their next head coach. He did not coach Utah's bowl game. He goes to Michigan, and it sounds like Michigan's interested in hiring Utah's offensive coordinator, which is going to be interesting to see what they do at the quarterback position with Underwood going forward. But Matt, what is your reaction to this hire? What do you think of the fit? Do you think that Whittingham's a good fit for Michigan?
I think Whittingham would be a good fit for anybody. He's an unbelievable coach. I have no idea how this happened. Like Utah, I understand that I know Weddle's pumped because he's a Ute, and I get it. You got a coach in waiting. He's a good coach. You don't want to lose him. But I think Kyle Whittingham is going to do a great job at Michigan. If he's only there for 5 years, I think they're going to win 10 games 5 times. Not only now are you getting the guy who can recruit, but he finds diamonds in the rough and develops the shit out of them. And you're going to look, this is the other thing people aren't talking about. You're going to see an influx in tank people in Ann Arbor because this guy's recruiting roots is in fucking Salt Lake City. It's like the hotbed for tank people. Okay. And there are going to be more tank people roaming around the trenches in Ann Arbor than you've ever seen before in your life. So there's going to be like 9 Halodinadas on the team now. Good luck. So
yeah,
I think this is a huge move for Michigan, and it doesn't really matter what they do. That M just doesn't lose any of its shine, and I find it funny that they get in trouble, but the program never gets in trouble. It's always the coach taking the lumps, right? Like Harbaugh got in trouble. I mean, did anything really happen to the program? No, they won a natty. It just kind of is what it is.
Yeah, I agree with you. Do you think
this is a very good hire?
Yeah, for especially so late in the it is December 28th. Like it's pretty late to hire a coach. That's a pretty home run hire if I'd say so myself. going forward, I mean, yeah, he couldn't be there longer than 5 years. He's what, 66? So it's 4 to 5 years max, right?
I would imagine he only goes one contract, but look, what's success here when you talk about this? Go 3-2 against Ohio State and win a national title, and that 5-year stretch is like high five. He's one of the great ones. That's what he wants to do. I think he knew. I think he's taken Utah to the precipice so many times, and they've screwed it up. I mean, undefeated in the Pac-12 title games and lost, and not getting into the playoffs when they should have. And even this year, 10-2 rather than 11. They should have been an 11-1 team, but they had the hard game at home and got smoked. So I think that he's looking at this as, look, it's time to move on from Utah. He's done everything he could there. The Utes and Utah are a Class A+ fucking program. They do everything right. They give a shit. Their fan base is incredible. Their fucking stadium is awesome. Other than the lack of video boards, they got to fix that. They recruit and develop like a motherfucker. You take all those things that he's instilled there and ran with after Urban Meyer really instilled them. I think Urban Meyer gets way too much credit. He was at Utah for 4 years. This guy was there for 22 and kept that place fucking humming. Just great NFL players coming out of it, always ranked, always in competition to win. Could just never get over that hump. Well, at Michigan, you can get over the hump. So he does what he did at Utah. And like this also, if you're one of the guys at Michigan who just jumped in the transfer portal and you're like got 3 or 4 years left, you may want to reconsider. Because they just upgrade. If you're like saying, "Oh, they jumped in the portal because they fucked my coach over." No, your own coach fucked himself over because he's a fucking narcissistic sex addict asshole. And this guy is the exact opposite of that. I think that Whittingham is like, old and has been coaching forever in fucking Salt Lake City. So not a whole lot of temptation there.
Yeah. Yeah, and he's married and has kids and whatnot.
He doesn't want to fuck his life up.
Yeah, and exactly, man.
He's just not. He's not a scumbag, so it's the difference.
Yeah, I think this is a home run hire for Michigan. I'm excited to see what he does going forward and how who he hires at the offensive coordinator position. Looks like he's bringing up OC from Utah, who he brought in last year, along with Devon Dampier. I don't know what they'll do if Dampier is leaving or not, but it's going to be interesting to watch that too. Matt. Let's take a brief break. On the other side, we're going to break down all things NFL here, discuss playoff scenarios, pictures. Seahawks are number 1 right now, but they got a huge game against the Niners this week. Your Denver Broncos we'll talk about, and so much more. We'll preview Monday Night Football tonight, Falcons and Rams. If you guys are watching, pound that like button, subscribe, become a member of the Dungeon family here at 0 to 60, the premier show for Colorado Buffalo football coverage. We'll see you in 2 minutes. Peace.
Whether it's offensive linemen as they work combos and double teams and also pass, pro, and punch, I think the unique physicality of this is outstanding. So much so that you can use it for your shield on punt team or as you rush in the shield. There's so many different ways that we're using it. We get better a little bit every single day, and I just wanted to say thank you because I hadn't ever thought of this, and when I saw it, it made total sense, and we're doing a great job with it. So thank you, man. Go Big Red. What this has done for us is it's allowed us to, because of the surface area, because of its firm nature, I can still strike against another player and have to use that punch just like you do on a sled. At the same time, have to time my punch because it could move. I can teach defensive linemen how to handle double teams because they can feel pressure. We can simulate contact in a safe environment in non-contact times because of this unique bag.
Welcome down here to the Lab 60 Football Academy, 60 Strength and Fitness. I am your owner and operator, Matt McChesney. I just wanted to let everybody know that 60 is now on Cameo. You can go on Cameo and request any tips for training, any offensive line, defensive line tips, recruiting tips. I get so many inquiries in my inbox on a daily basis about tips and can you look at my film and can you do this? Can you break down something for me? I'd love to. All right? It's like the Joker said, my man, right here.
If you're good at something, never do it for free. So Cameo is now your bridge to 6-0 Football Academy. Go in, request what you want, tips, suggestions, recruiting, film, and we will make sure that you get the absolute best from the best. So check out 6-0 on Cameo at 6-0 Academy. Cameo, 6-0 Academy. Cameo, 6-0 Academy.
And we're back. If you guys are watching, pound that like button. Matt, we got a
I
lot.
just noticed that my hat and the wall are the same color, by the way.
Oh yeah, that's pretty funny. Yeah, I saw that. That cracked me up. Yeah, let's move forward and Matt, we got to discuss the transfer portal here with CU because over the last week since we've been live, CU's lost some key players, including Dallin Hayden. Basically, including Dallin Hayden entering the transfer portal, Sammy Sachs entering this transfer portal, and now Reggie Hughes entering the transfer portal. What's your response to all this as we move forward?
That we better be bringing in the fucking all-star team that nobody knows about. Like we're letting the entire roster walk out the door. And
oh boy.
Again, I'm going to try and temper expectations until I see what happens. The portal is open from the 2nd to the 16th. Yep. There's a lot of shit going on behind the scenes, obviously. But, you know, like the Etheridge kid at CSU Pueblo, he's going to visit Utah and he's going to visit CSU, but he's not coming to visit Boulder. That's just one example. There's so many examples out there. But look, we also don't know everything behind the scenes. So I'm hoping that they can fortify with good football players that give a shit and that everybody can, embrace the community and the culture that they're in, and everyone can come together and we can win some fucking football games. But letting every single one of your guys leave that's young, that started for you, that's the future of this team, all of them. And then I know this because I know this, but the inability to get people on the phone, the inability to like have constructive criticism conversations because people's feelings get hurt and then they stop answering the phone up in Boulder. That's a thing. So that has to be overcome before any of this will. I thought when Corey left that would subside. Marion is not the recruiting coordinator, folks. He's got, Coach B's got to go do his own thing. And he's got to bring in his own guys from Sac State, but you can't replace the entire roster with Sac State guys. That's not going to work. So I'm very eager to see how this goes because there's a world where we could be looking at this roster and going like major league. The chick's like, how are we looking this year? And this guy's looking at the roster like, this ain't too fucking good. Like, but hey, at the same time, it could turn into something good. We don't know. So, man, this is a fork in the road year. I just want everybody to hear this first, but Coach Eck did a really good job at New Mexico, and they just hired New Mexico's AD. And Coach Eck ain't going to stay in New Mexico forever. And I'm just saying that. Like, if Coach Prime's not here after next year, how does that work for Coach Marion? How does that work for the future moving forward? So I want this to work. I want Coach Prime to fix it. I want them to win 9-10 games next year and be in the playoff conversation. But little things go a long way with me. And when you are in the public eye and you don't wear anything related to your job and you're a football coach, when's the last time you've seen that? Like, pretty much football coaches rock their gear constantly, right? Like, you're a billboard.
A lot of the time, yeah. Especially in public, right? Like,
especially in public, yes.
Let's display the logo, etc.
I don't know, man. I think that this is a very interesting time in Colorado history with the transfer portal, and there's lots of excuses on why it's not going to work, and I want to hear a couple of plans on why it's gonna. So we'll see.
We'll be covering the transfer portal when it opens on the 2nd here and really diving into it. And I mean, I think more, get more of a reaction going forward to see who CU brings in, because this is, I mean, a mass exodus to say the least, Matt. And another thing, to all the people, like the Prime section was like, you guys are going to go wherever Prime goes. Like, y'all are, Matt and I are still going to be here covering CU. This is what y'all.
Well, you guys all bought Browns jerseys. It's okay.
Yeah. Like, good Lord. Matt, let's move forward here into the NFL.
Hey, hold on. I got to address something. Everybody's like, well, you think we missed again? Hughes isn't it, and this guy's not it, and this guy sucked. Okay. The coaching and the game planning and the preparation for the games was atrocious last year. It was atrocious.
Yeah.
And you can choose not to listen to people who know what they're talking about all you want, but come on, man. I mean, the close losses are on the coaches, not the players. They were not put in position to be successful. You didn't get good game plans. You didn't watch film on your opponents. You didn't take the bye weeks to get ready for your opponents. You scrimmaged yourself. I understand this comes back full circle to Coach Prime. I get it. I'm not saying it doesn't. I'm saying that bringing in more detailed coaches and guys who actually have a future in college football instead of a future of sitting on the sofa and playing with your grandkids is probably going to help. Getting some new blood in there that's going to challenge the status quo rather than just run with it because they're happy to have a fucking job is going to help. I hope. So, yes, did the players underperform? Yeah, they did. They were 3-9. Nothing good happened. But I bet with better coaching and a little bit better direction and some different decisions made, like the starting quarterback being Juju the whole time and him actually being ready to play as he early enrolled, which is on the coaching staff and not necessarily on Coach Prime. Because again, he gets an out with me because he was battling cancer at home in Texas. So his support staff from a recruiting standpoint, they got lazy because the big man wasn't on campus and his standard wasn't being met, but he didn't know. Because Corey Phillips was a cancer, like we said already, and did everything he could to sabotage what was going on up there to make sure he got credit for it rather than the team getting better. So I think that they've replaced guys that want to get credit now with guys who actually just want to do the job and are actual ball coaches. And that's not saying Coach Bartholomew wasn't. He was a great coach. He's going to do a good job in Nevada. But I think that Marshall Falk was a gimmick coach. Don't tell me he wasn't.
He's the head coach of Southern now.
Period. That was an op that he was hired so he could go get another job somewhere else at a bigger institution based on his name. So I think that this is fixable, and I think Coach Prime brought some people in that are going to challenge the status quo and try and fix it, rather than just everybody, merry-go-round the feelings fucking, merry-go-round out here, and everybody gets to have a chance to talk, and everybody's feelings are going to be heard. Man, fuck everyone's feelings. We're trying to win. And then, lastly, I'm not going to run from the smoke here with Neely and all these people. Dog, did you even play? I mean, did you do anything past high school?
Yeah.
Because you latched on to Coach Prime when he went to Jackson State. I know that you ran an HBCU podcast down there, and you latched on to him down there, and now you are the ultimate yes man and cradling. But, we're not the same, homie. So don't act like we are. And I might be loud and big, and I'm right. And I am. So you can sit there and act like I'm not all you want and try and I love how they duck and dodge, and I'll just say their name. So stop doing it. It's because you're big and loud. Well, I just said your name again. And you guys duck and dodge. And that's how I know I'm right. So I think there's a lot to fix. Will it be fixed? It remains to be seen.
Fair point. Well, I got to ask you about something that I don't think Neely has an expertise in, but I think you specifically do have an expertise in. Chad Brown's actually went off about this, and I mean, personally, I don't know if you watched the Jets game. Well, yeah, I know you watched the Jets game. Did you see the roughing the passer where they hit Brady Cook and it was called roughing the passer? And personally, I didn't think they hit him very hard. I was like, you fucking kidding me? What do you want him to do? Because they want him to defy physics. But Chad Brown basically went off about this roughing the passer with Shador. I don't know if you saw. What's Cam Hayward supposed to do there? Like, he just lays on him and roughing the passer.
It looks like he's tackling him to me. But look, again, everybody knows how I feel about this. I feel like quarterbacks have been turned into this like super soft, position where nobody can touch you. And when I played and when I grew up, it was a tough guy position. And now it's turned into a bitch position. So, yeah, I mean, I don't give a fuck who the quarterback is. The pass or the roughing the quarterback rules are atrociously terrible. They're awful, and they're meant to swing games, and they do. So, I mean, I'm not really sure what you're supposed to do. And honestly, if I'm coaching it, I say, if I'm going to get a 15-yard penalty plus a $50,000 fine, I'm taking him out like they took out Jordan Love.
Yeah.
That's just what it is. Like, I'm going to hit him as hard as I possibly can and do everything humanly possible to fuck his ass up because of this rule. So fuck your rules, NFL. You can't stop it from happening. All you can do is fucking slap my wrist afterwards. Take your $50,000, take the 15 yards, but he doesn't get to play the rest of the season. And now the goddamn season's a wreck. Because Green Bay, I mean, let's be real. Unless Jordan Love comes back and puts on a Superman cape, they're cooked.
The season, man, bad. Especially since the Broncos lost. Yeah, the Packers.
I mean, I hate it, bro. I mean, I love watching football, and last night's game was fun because there weren't a ton of penalties, and the defenses were atrocious. But at the same time, it was still fun to watch.
Yeah.
I also thought the Buffalo-Philly game was fun to watch, and a bunch of people hated that, but I like watching Jalen Carter actually play to his potential.
Definitely.
I mean, that guy's a fucking monster of a human. So, look, I played in a different era of football where, like, I wanted to hit people, and I knew this wouldn't last forever, and, like, I'm not trying to play till I'm 50 like Phyllis Rivers. So the fact that Phillip Rivers can come back and do what he did is an indictment on the NFL, period. So, yeah, man, I would double down on this if I was the defensive coordinator. I'm not saying there needs to be a bounty, but if I owned a team, I would walk in and say, I'm going to cover all your fines. You want to know what they can't do to the New Orleans Saints? Take away the fucking ring. They can't do that. But they can sit there and talk shit about him like, oh, it was so dirty what they did to Brett Favre. Yeah, it was pretty dirty. But did they get a ring? Did they get a ring?
Yeah. So it's
okay. That's all that fucking matters. No one gives a shit. This is football. In fact, I respect the fact that they were as open about it. They should have just been like, yeah, we did a fucking bounty. We put a bounty on Peyton's bitch ass too in the Super Bowl. We just couldn't get to him. Like, that's what you got to do to win a fucking ring. That's what they got to do. If the Denver Broncos this year say behind closed doors, we're putting a fucking bounty on every quarterback in the goddamn AFC playoffs and the Super Bowl, and they walk out of Super Bowl 60 with a trophy and then get in trouble for it, fucking slap my wrist, call me Sally, and fucking let's go to the parade. I don't give a fuck. It means dick to me.
Speaking of wiping out fines, what do you think of the Steelers voiding DK Metcalf's them actually keeping his guarantees after it was voided due to the interaction with the fan? And then I got to play the interaction or the press conference the fan had. What did you think of this?
Get me upset, but there's two things: animal abuse, racism. Like, I get hot right away. Like, I can feel.
Oh my God! Shut the fuck up, dude. Somebody should walk up and slap this fucking pussy right now. Look,
fans.
The hat? This is what I
portable
think.
table.
This is what I think, okay? And I said this last week, and I'm going to say it again, and hopefully this piece of shit is listening. I don't know who you are, but there's a piece of shit that sits in our section at Bronco games that's like 5 rows up that yells the whole fucking time, "Fuck you, ref! Fuck you, ref! Ref, suck a dick!" And then he said the other day, he was like, "I suck dicks. Wait a second, ref, you suck dicks." And we were like, "Who's sucking a dick around here? Jesus Christ." But this guy fucking screams and yells the whole time. This needs to happen more. The fans deserve to get fucking punched in the face 99% of the time. You're drunk assholes. You can't do what we do. This motherfucker's sitting here with his hat backwards and his goddamn lawyer next to him because he's going to sue DK for running his mouth and getting slapped. There's 2 things. And as a white guy, I love how he throws racism in there because obviously, trigger, I wonder.
Racism and animal abuse.
Animal abuse and racism. Shut the fuck up, pussy. Shut up. I hope that DK pays him. And there's a stipulation in the contract that says, I'm going to give you $10 million, but in order to get this money, I get to open hand slap the fuck out of you. And I hope he palms the side of his face when he hits him and knocks him into fucking Never Never Land, which is where he lives anyway. And you know what, though? The world is full of these pussies that are looking to fucking like start some shit with a fucking famous guy who has money so they can sue him. The sue happy world that we're in. So I'm team DK on this. I wish he would have knocked this motherfucker out. I don't think he should have been suspended for it at all. And you know what? Steelers, good job giving him his money back and not voiding his guarantee. That means you want him back next year. And honestly, fans, you are not untouchable. And the people that sit there in the fucking stands and they talk like they can do it and shit, or they did it and they're fucking super tough. And like I listen to this cocksucker in the fucking stands yell out things like, there's somebody hurt on the field. Micah Parsons got hurt. He's yelling, "Get his corpse off the fucking field." And I'm sitting there rocking back and forth. Yeah. And Bree's just like, "Please, God, no, don't do anything." And I'm this fucking close, dog. This close. Like, I don't know. The Charger game may be insignificant, and I may be able to numb my way through that one. But we get to a playoff game, and this guy pops off. I'm going to fucking knock the shit out. He's going to look like a pet dispenser when I'm done with him.
Yeah, I've been to a couple Titans games, bro. Yeah, it's the same way. I'm fucking real. I'm with you on this team, DK.
I just don't understand it. What about getting 6 Coors Lights in your system and a bad hot dog thinks you can play guard?
Yeah, guard. Fuck.
And why are you dressing as a grown man when you dress up for the fucking Special Olympics on Sunday and come to the stadium and everyone's like, "Oh, look, he's in a costume." That doesn't make you a better fan. You're just annoying the fuck out of everyone.
Yeah.
And look, I understand that everyone likes their seats and shit, and everyone in the community just wants to sit there and act like it's not happening. But I have a real problem with that, and I don't like the whole "it's not happening" thing. It is happening, and I can hear this motherfucker, and now I just feel like I have to do it because I talked about it on the podcast. So 5 rows up. Shut the fuck up, man.
Yeah,
shut up, please.
Real fucking quiet.
Shut the fuck up, bro. Please, Jesus, shut the fuck up.
Yeah, you better be real quiet come playoff time, man. Matt, let's talk about Monday Night Football. Rams, Falcons. Rams are 7-point favorites right now on the road in Atlanta. Falcons seem to play better at home in the dome. How do you feel about this game here? I like 7 here with the Falcons, but I still think Rams get it done.
Well, there's just 2 things in the world that I hate more than anything, Bailey, and it's animal abuse and racism.
Fuck out of here.
Dude.
Like, the people defending this still after, like,
the lawyer sitting next to him, you scumbag piece of shit. Your white lawyers suck because he's sitting there like, I also hate that as long as you give me a check. Fuck these people. The game tonight, I think, is going to be a slaughter. I think I think the Falcons have a ton of talent, but for some reason, they just can't win with a first-round quarterback, a first-round tight end, a first-round running back, a first-round receiver, and a first-round left tackle. And then a bunch of draft picks on defense that are playing well, too. Especially in that shit division, so maybe they need to fire their coach again. I think Sam Stafford can just lock up the MVP. Go put on a show tonight, lock up the MVP. But then again, he's got to go on the road in the playoffs now. If the Rams just could have found a way to win one more game, they wouldn't be in the situation they're in right now, where they can't win the West. And the West is between Seattle and San Francisco next Sunday, and it has nothing to do with the Rams. So the Rams are going to be a fucking road wild card. And my thing is, can they go win 3 games on the road? That's going to be tough, dog. That's going to be really tough. So I think the Rams are really good, but again, the NFC West, that's a goddamn gauntlet. So we'll see what happens on Sunday in that game. It's in San Francisco, right?
Yep, in San Francisco.
I think San Francisco's fucking defense is so awful. Eventually, it's going to get a beat.
But here's the problem, Matt, and this is Seattle. Sam Darnold. I worry. His play makes me worried.
Sam Darnold,
and it makes me worried that he's gonna turn into old Sam Darnold again, especially when it comes to the playoffs or they play the Niners. And if the Niners win, they're gonna. I don't know. The Niners are gonna have
like this. There's a world where, regardless, Seattle or San Francisco, whoever wins that game gets the 1 seed, right?
Yeah.
Okay. There's a world where San Francisco and the Rams could both lose in the wild card, and Seattle could be the first team out in the divisional round. And there's also a world where 2 of these 3 could play in the NFC title game. So so much of it is going to depend on the 3 quarterbacks. Is Matt Stafford going to step up and be the MVP? Is Brock Purdy going to play like last pick Brock or first pick Brock? Because last pick Brock is terrible, but first pick Brock is really good. And then Sam Darnold, is he the Jets Sam Darnold, or are we getting Minnesota at the beginning of last year, or Seattle this year, or who are we getting? So, I love how everybody's just acting like the Eagles don't have the best defense in the NFC. And if they're healthy, they're going to be a hard out, regardless of if Jalen Hurts can shot put the fucking ball. Well, they can just run the ball and control time and play defense. Huh?
0 passing yards and a half. I was sitting there watching.
I'm not saying it's good.
Dude, just straight up. Just
hold on. I'm not saying it's good. It's not good. But I'm looking at matchups. I'm not looking at what happened yesterday.
That's fair.
They're going to win the East. They're going to get a home playoff game. They're winning the home playoff game. They're going to win the home playoff game, period. And then if they have to go on the road, what they do well, which is play defense and run the ball and control time possession, well, that's what NFL playoff football is, not fucking up. So if Jalen Hurts only throws the ball 10 times in the game, but then they decide to just turn it back into Smash Mouth City, that's kind of a recipe of what they do. So I think the Eagles are still the team to beat in the NFC, regardless of what records show or whatnot. The fact that they won that game yesterday is regardless of how they won it. They played so awful in the second half on offense, but their defense stepped the fuck up when they needed to. And I know Josh Allen missed the throw, but he missed it because he was fucking thinking, because the Eagles were beating the shit out of him.
Mm-hmm. That's facts. Can't disagree there. If you remember our Super Bowl predictions, I got Rams Texans here. I think the Texans got the best defense in the league, period. And I think it's going to show come playoff time, although it's going to come down to C.J. Stroud and their offensive line, because I did not like what I saw this past week. But, Matt, this game tonight, you got Rams big. Do you like the 7 on the road?
Yeah, I think the Rams win by more than 7 on the road.
I think they win. I lean the Falcons cover with Kirk Cousins, but I could also see a scenario where they get if they win big as well. Total's 48.5, Matt. Kind of. Do you like the over?
I'll take the under.
The under? Okay. I kind of lean over, especially if Falcons cover the 7. So I lean over the 48 plus 7, but I still think Rams win it in the end of the day. But it's going to be a good Monday night game here. And, Matt, I can't wait for tomorrow, because we're going to preview and break down the college football playoff, get our predictions, dive into Colorado Buffalo's football news, and more. But before we leave, Matt, I wanted to go back to Colorado's new athletic director who will take over this summer here. I wanted to show him addressing New Mexico's football team, and he was the AD down there. And this is how he addressed them, Matt. Take a listen.
Coach, get your eyes up on me real quick. Hey, great job, fellas. Way to fight, man. Way to fight. Down in the fourth quarter, that's what it's all about. You play with grit, you play with toughness, you play with pride, and you play together. Hell of a job. That's a W. That's a big one from our community. That's a big one for our state. We had almost 18,000 people in that building today. That's as many as that. Hey, but like everyone knows, it all starts at the top, okay? And you got a great head coach that's building something special. I know he's got your back. And on behalf of President Stokes and me, hey, let's celebrate for this man's first win.
And that looks like leadership to me. And shout out to Coach Eck. They had a hell of a season this past year. But, Matt, what's your takeaways from that?
I love seeing it. You know, you're getting a young, enthusiastic dude coming into Boulder that is going to really wants to put his thumbprint on the program and be here for a long time, I'm sure. Rick George did a great job in the situation he was in. He's had many situations like that in the locker room too. Maybe it just wasn't recorded. When everything is recorded, it wasn't, which is crazy. Look, I think that this has potential to be really awesome. And I guarantee you there's going to be a lot of changes because he's a new athletic director. And Rick George has been here for a long time. And, you know, this is just the way it works. When people come in, they want to put their thumbprint on it. So I'm eager to see how he does with Coach Prime and the working relationship with those two moving forward. Yeah, I think this has potential to be very productive on both sides. So, you know, if he can fundraise and he can find a way to make it even easier for us to retain people on top of bring guys in, because that's really what this has become. You know, can your AD fundraise and make enough money for you to be competitive when spending the money on players? So that's what it is. You know, everybody that's living in the we're too cheap to be competitive, you need to just go root. Just go root for the team. If we win, we win. If we lose, we lose, but you don't get an opinion anymore because it's not your fucking money.
Mm-hmm.
And if you want to win in today's college football, you have to go spend, period. You have to spend on coaches. You have to spend on facilities. You have to spend on NIL. You have to spend on fucking everything. You have to make sure it's top notch. Otherwise, other people will that find it more important than you. So I think this guy will understand the importance of it in Boulder. And we'll see. We'll see if it's matched and what happens.
Future's going to get real interesting. Colorado hiring a new athletic director, but nonetheless, I think he's nonetheless showed his leadership with his history in the past, especially with New Mexico, like we just showed there. Matt, can't wait to break it down and more in the college football playoff as it's going down this week, headed into New Year. We will preview it all and dive into all things Colorado news. Transfer portal news as a transfer portal window opens on the 2nd. And, man, it's going to be full go here for CU. Seems to be a mass exodus, and they got a lot of people to replace here. So can't wait to see how that goes. If you guys are watching, pound the like button, subscribe, become a member of the Dungeon family here at 0 to 60, the premier show for Colorado Buffaloes football coverage. Matt, any closing thoughts before we get out of here?
Yeah, hope everybody's Christmas was good. You know, big games coming up on Wednesday, Thursday, and whatnot all weekend. We'll see with college football playoff, and then, you know, the end of the regular season and the NFL playoffs being set. So this is the time of year that we love the most, and live it up, because I'm telling you, once February 10th hits, I'm going to be watching a lot of Nuggets, and then after that is a real drop off. So.
A lot of Nuggets. Yeah, we'll be covering all things college football, NFL throughout the offseason as well as Matt's Denver Nuggets, who are due for a massive season this season.
By the way, did anybody see the fucking the god that is Nikola Jokic drop 55, 16, and 15 the other night? Fuck. On Matt, Christmas night, too.
We'll talk Christmas about that.
Little figure roll, fucking stud. Goddamn animal, human being.
If you want me to watch the NBA before February 10th, bring it back to Seattle.
55, 16, and 15 is his first fucking 50-point double ever.
He's a fucking dude. I mean, shit. I don't know.
You have to understand that I grew up in basketball fucking purgatory, bro. Like the Nuggets, with the exception of Mutombo's year where we beat the Sonics, fuck you, haha.
That is true. Yeah.
And then the Thuggets,
Jesus,
with like Carmelo and AI and like Kenyon Martin and fucking Birdman and shit. They were awesome. But Anthony Carter can't inbound the fucking ball against the Lakers, so we don't get to go to the finals to beat the Magic. That fucking sucked. But yeah, you figure with Carmelo you get more than one Western Conference Finals trip, but he was just a scorer and a front runner. He wasn't a winner. So yeah, man, I'm just glad that the Nugs finally have a title and I can talk shit. Even though we only got one, we still got more. We got one more than a lot of teams. We got one more than the Jazz. No Jazz in Salt Lake City, that's for damn sure. So I don't know why I just started talking shit randomly about that, but hey.
No, we'll talk a lot of Nuggets this offseason, but I don't know. I ain't watched it until I.
And yes, this hat is super dope.
Yeah, that is cool.
That's fucking super cool. Well,
Buffalo. Yeah, you always got the best. Like Matt's got some nice fitteds, man. He's always got the best fitteds. That's nice. Although it blends in.
I keep it clean.
Blends in with your background. It's like perfect color with the background. Unreal. But no, great show today. We'll be back tomorrow previewing all things college football playoff, NFL headed into the weekend here, and we hope you guys had a Merry Christmas and can't wait to talk all things football headed into the new year. So if you guys are watching,
and lastly, hold on.
I've
got to talk about this.
Okay? I don't know.
I was walking out of the store the other day, and I'd randomly said to someone, like middle-aged lady, whatever. I held the door open for her, trying to be a gentleman, and said, Merry Christmas. And she looked at me and says, I don't celebrate Christmas. It's Happy Holidays. And my response was, man, get fucked. I'm sure I'm glad I held the door open for you. Like if someone says Merry Christmas to you and you get an attitude about it, why is communism such a cool thing in this country? I don't get it.
It's like
I've seen all the Rocky movies. There was a Rocky movie dedicated towards this. Like, I just don't understand it. You commie fuck. I wonder who she voted for.
Yeah, me too. I do wonder who she voted for. But it's also like, dude, even if you didn't fucking celebrate, like, who gives a fuck? Like, are we really that sensitive?
I say fucking level. Let's move to Minnesota and open a daycare, bro. Open like 15 of them. We'll get fucking mega bucks.
That's gonna be you can certainly make a lot of money opening daycare in Minnesota,
especially when it's government subsidized and they don't even have to go find any fucking kids.
Panel, like, go and subscribe, become a member. We'll be back tomorrow here on 0 to 60, the premier show for Colorado Buffaloes football coverage and NFL coverage, including Denver Broncos and New York Jets. Matt's teams. They're saying Matt's growing a mullet.
I might. I've definitely fucked up the sides, so I had to like shave and like macrame this into something. Don't usually like the sides of this short because they kind of got a round face. You feel me? So that doesn't help when you're already a fat guy.
Totally get it. Feel that. Me too.
So I was trying to like go more of the like block, but I fucked it up because I only have one eye and I had one eye shut and it was kind of dark and so. But yeah, I'm not shaving the top until I totally freak out, which is close. I'm getting this close. Bree loves it when we talk about my hair. She fucking loves it. I'm really close. The other night, I got like sweat drip off my hair into my ear. That happened like 5 years ago, and I woke up and shaved my head the next day.
A nice fade, man. I know you like that. You go nice barbershops out there, right, in Denver?
No. There's no fucking good barbershops in Denver.
You get a nice haircut before.
What are you out of your fucking mind? I'm not gonna let some Karen down the street at Floyd's cut my hair. No,
I thought you had some Latin barber out there
to Miami to get a haircut.
No. I thought you had some Latin barber out there.
Find me somebody. Find me someone that can actually do a fade and cut my beard correctly. And like I actually get a straight razor and some good conversation and I'm walking into a barbershop and not a fucking Safeway and I'll go. White people can't cut hair. Fuck all you crackers in the comments. Like we got problems. Not one white person can cut hair. None of them.
Holy moly.
Shaving your head is not cutting hair. Did you watch the Elway documentary?
I haven't yet. How'd you watch it? Is it good?
It was good. It was. I mean, it's a fluff
I gotta
piece.
sit down and watch it. Probably
It's a
tonight or
fluff
tomorrow.
piece. It's a fluff piece. But as it should be, it's a documentary.
Netflix too. But man, pound the like button, subscribe, become a member. We'll be live tomorrow, 3 p.m. Eastern, 1 p.m. Mountain Time, 0 to 60, the premier show for Colorado Buffaloes football coverage. We will see you tomorrow, folks. Peace.